Hello Knights and welcome back to some more 1212 AD for you today. Today the Spanish kingdom is under threat from Muslim invaders. The Reconquista is under threat of being undone in today's siege. The Spanish forces of Castile and Aragon are both defending here as they take on the Emirate of Granada and also the Hafsid Sultanate. I'm really looking forward to this one. It should be a glorious siege battle. We already have some Muslim attackers here landing on the walls. We have some escadors here already ready to defend against some gold chevron Andalusian infantry. So my gosh, spending the cash on these infantry are the attacks here. It seems like a lot of their army I had seen was gold chevron, so we'll have to see whether that really comes into effect. Yeah, already the shock infantry there getting their axes all bloodied up and ready for battle. And it looks like they've also breached the walls and are landing on the walls over here as well. Breached the gate, I should say, not breached the walls. And it looks like we already got spears set up here as well. Gunners as well ready to go. It seems like we have a mix of tier 2 and tier 3 units here in today's siege battle. So it's not exactly a historical one, more of just a custom siege. But it should still be an epic one, that is for sure. As you can see the clash of infantry now going in here. And the Pavis will hold the line for as long as possible. As long as they are required. I mean, a good angle really for crossbows. If they can get, yeah, you got crossbows already over here. You got these pioned ballisters here, some crossbow units, some light crossbows. And they can get some good angled shots into the side of those swords there. So that's absolutely what they should be doing. It looks like that is exactly what they're going to do there. Try and weaken these guys up, make the job a little bit easier for these spears, which are a medium speed, and it's not like impossible to break through. On the walls here we have some sergeants waiting. It looks like really it's Aragon right now that's really taking the brunt of the attack. And it's going to be the first one in today. But yes, if you're enjoying the medieval action and would like to see some more 1212 content, then do remember to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new around here and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel, guys, as we work towards 9k subs. And yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying the 1212 content. It's good to be back with some more glorious 1212 sieges. This one was sent in by a member of my Discord as well. So if you've got some 1212 replays yourself, or you want to get involved in some scenarios, I'm trying to get back into doing some 1212 scenarios myself, then feel free to join the Discord. Links down below in the description. And as always, you should be getting the 1212 AD mod if you haven't already got it. It's a must-have if you're an Attila fan, that's for sure. Already seeing some serious blobbing up going on over here, though, from the Muslim attackers, the Emirate of Granada here. This is not going to be a good idea for trying to break through. Actually got Hafsids here as well. Dismounted Sheikh, retainers. Definitely don't see the Hafsid Sultanate very often in custom battles, so it's good to see them actually in action. Same with Granada, to be honest. Don't see them at all either. Got the dismounted caballeros here. This is tier 1 infantry, in fact. Again, like I was saying in previous battles, people like to bring tier 1 infantry because it says it's heavy and it's the most expensive, and people think, oh, it's what I should bring. But the how like the tiers work, a tier 3 unit will beat a tier 1. That's for sure. We'll have to see how they do. They might do okay against tier 2s, which is actually what's being set up, but maybe not. Like, not if they're this well chevroned, which literally seems like every Muslim unit is. We've got artillery as well shelling out here. We've got trebuchets. We've got some bombards here, and they're trying to. I think they're taking out towers, which is not a great idea. Just capture the towers. You're in infantry. You're better making breaches. It's a better way to try and breach the walls. But luckily for the attackers, it does seem as though the defenders are not going to defend the walls, which is a bad idea. One of your best defenses in a 12-12 siege. I mean, you can see here, shock infantry on the wall. They excel in wall battles, and they will cut through units. They've got really good melee attack. So these guys in close quarters are really nasty. So it seems like they're making a... Well, I say they're making a difficult job of this one, but it is a gold chevron sword unit, I guess, at the end of the day. And probably their melee attack starts at probably the same as the shock infantry. We've got polearms already into the fight as well. Voguier is a medium polearm unit. It's early to see polearms being thrown in, really early. But I guess they need to throw them in. I mean, if I was the Muslim players now, I'd be getting up the archers or crossbows or whatever they got and start focusing these guys down. And as I say that, Andalusian heavy crossbows are really good unit. One of the strengths of like the Muslim factions, they have really good early tier crossbows. Most other factions, like the other Muslim factions, not based in Spain, don't really even have good crossbows. But so like the Christian forces also rely on crossbows. There's like medium or light at the best. But yeah, these are heavy, so they can absorb the shots. And it looks like they're actually gunning down the handgunners here. So they should really get these guys back. Because gunners are really good late game, really good. Good for good morale. Destroyers, they like absolutely rip through morale. You can see there, fire projectiles -4. Actually, guns, there you go, -13 morale. That's huge at the end of the game, especially if a general's been killed. There you go. First unit to rout is in fact going to be a Grenadier unit, as those sergeants there help flank the shock infantry. So a bit of a win there for the Christian defenders. And it seems like they're going to probably break a couple of units down here as well. The archer fire coming in is doing serious damage to these Muslim invaders. Very multicolored front line going on here. The Spanish like Volguers and their like Pavy spears here look very colourful, and same with the Muslim forces as well. Those are greens, reds, yellows down there. It's a beautiful, colourful period is the medieval world. They've still not landed over here either. And Pavy's crossbows are taking their time focusing down these units, killing the odd one or two. It's definitely not worth their ammunition firing at these guys yet. One of the benefits now for crossbows in 1212 is that they can arc. I'm still not sure if I'm a fan of it. It certainly makes crossbows more effective, which some factions have to rely on, which I can understand why they are now arcing, but it does also make them very overpowered. They can arc and have really good armor piercing, which was kind of like one of their drawbacks. Is like, you may be able to pierce through armor, but you need to make sure you have a direct line of sight, which makes them pretty bad for sieges, but pretty good for a land battle. But I guess if most factions do have to rely on crossbows, I guess it doesn't really make too much. Like, it's not the end of the world. Do we have mercenaries Genoese here? God damn it, the Genoese will fight against anyone, won't they, for their own, like, for coin. They're just, like, traitors to their own faith right now. These guys are literally, like, trying to take Christendom away from Spain, and you're here fighting for them. And rightly so, they get hit in the face by a massive fiery ball of justice there. That is good to see. They deserve that. Damn Genoese here. They are actually wasting a lot of ammo, though, trying to take out those Genoese crossbows. They need to just save it for, like, blobs. I mean, there's not really a blob down here. But, like, hit these, like, infantry back here that are waiting. But, yeah, as you can see now, the crossbows are just taking aim and just firing pot shots into these Pavis and also the Volguers here. Looks like the Pavis are breaking. The Volguers are on their own now. It'll be a much easier job to take these guys out. Without the big shielded infantry to protect them, these Volguers will be easy pickings now for the crossbows. Because they have like little to no armor, missile block. But they are routing these last few units, so there you go. A bit of a win there for the Christian forces again. As the Volguers will hold for now. Really, they should just not waste throwing infantry in and just let the crossbows do the work. But I guess this unit is pretty weak. Why not? Send it in. I think the Pavis will get sent back in here, but they're already wavering before they get back to the front line. Looks like they're going to retreat their shock infantry as well. Not a bad idea. It's going to be vulnerable to crossbow fire, and, well, it's probably a bit tired. Rest it up before sending it back in. Sergeants here, though, are fighting on the wall. Probably will lose, because just as the chevrons, I honestly think those chevrons are probably making those tier 2 infantry like tier 3 level. They're that good. Balance power, by the way, barely even. Both sides have about 4,000 men. Defenders actually have slightly more, 4,400. Attackers are 4,200. And they're still keeping that sort of 200 man difference as well, as they started about 200 men difference. So both sides lost about 500 men at this point in the game. Kind of mad thing already. 1,000 men dead in this siege. Crazy. It really looks like as well the attackers have fully ignored Castile. I'd be getting these troops back from here. Just fully ignore this. This really works in the defender's favor. Apart from maybe clearing out these crossbows could be difficult. If they can do that, and like focusing down these pavies here, just focus down the Genoese ones one by one, and they could clear these guys out. But yeah, you just need to defend this one choke point, which right now the Spanish are kind of failing to do. The gunners are set up though, and at least they do still have to rely on a clear line of sight. They can't arc, and ever so slightly are being clipped by the spears here, which is a shame, because that's causing them to be obstructed. Now they're firing normally. Don't know why that is. They still look like they're being obstructed. But they should rout these units here. And even if they don't, they probably will beat them in melee. And it looks... Oh, this is huge, though. The spears here are going to capture this tower. This might collapse onto the sergeants down here. And it also will trap the sergeants up on this wall. Unless they... Yeah, actually, it'll trap them up on that wall. That is a very good move there, actually, by the Muslim players there. The Hasfids, to be precise. There you go. The gunners got out of there. We have now got light spears to hold the line here at Pion's Pavis, but they only have to worry about a couple of little swords. And to be honest, actually retreating might be better because it allows these Genoese crossbows up here to be less effective. They can't support the fights down here as much. They might still be in range. Hard to tell. I'm going to say no, not in range. But I'm not sure. There's a lot of red lines going on down there. But same policy applies. I mean, they shouldn't be using... Oh, well, I say that. Yeah, this is the danger of using fire ammo. You're going to start burning your own city. It's currently at 0%, but that building is smoldering. And that will affect your own morale. You're better just using normal shot or just not firing inside your own city. This is a big blob, so I can understand why he's doing it. It's 4 units of infantry here. Definitely is worth firing on. We could just fire on all this infantry blobbed out here waiting patiently. I mean, they've got Urban here. I've never seen these guys before, but they're a tier 1 sword infantry unit, which actually looks like a mace. They look kind of cool. I mean, I imagine the Hasfids, like early period units are probably better than their late period. I don't know. I feel like they just kind of become pretty obscure quite quickly in the campaign. Certainly a faction that maybe could do with more love, or just maybe needs more love being played. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the Western Muslim factions don't really get played. Like the North African ones really do go untouched. Unless we do play with them in like scenarios, I feel like they never get featured. But here you go. In goes a whole horde of infantry here. We got like, what, three units of swords just rushed in here. This is a prime target for, well, for gunners it seems like it's going to be. It's a bit dicey shooting on them from there, though. They are damaging the morale of their own spears. The crossbows definitely hit into this massive blob of infantry down here. And you can see the arrows are flying in, or the bolts. And you need to be careful they don't pull through. Oh, that was a lot of friendly fire there, though, onto that Pion's. Oh, dear. That is actually causing them the wave. But look at that, the NAFT -9. They did actually get a good shot off as well onto them, but I don't know if it was worth it. They need to be careful again with the gunners. It does damage to morale. So they're going to fire the NAF, sorry, not the NAF, the trebuchets. They need to make sure they hit like the rear unit. Again, it seems like they're pulling, yeah, they're definitely pulling through those spears to try and get to the gunners. Shameful stuff really from the Hasfid player there, I think it is. Yeah, dismounted Sheikh retainers. They were losing because they were pulling through. And what they should do is just send in that spear. They'll clear it out easily because it's pulling through. Even if it tries to rear charge these swords now, which it might, they could always just use the gunners to shoot them in the back. But yeah, it should not be pulling through. That's poor. Hold the line, spears. Hold the line. The sergeant's still fighting on this wall over here as well. Just thought I'd let you know. And there you go. Look at that. City is burning. That is going to be a huge problem. It won't be yet. Only 1% damage. I think you have to get like 5% before it really causes any damage. But we'll see. Yeah, the sergeant's battling away. Kill as many of them as you can, boys. Again, feel like they're pulling through. Urban here are definitely pulling through. I don't know whether they're just trying to attack the rear unit or something. But yeah, they're losing decisively now because they shuffled through combat. And they shouldn't have been. And look at that, yeah, I think there was more pulling through going on. And the cavalry now getting involved. The armats here trying to do their bit. And artillery is still coming in. That was a good hit, though. That was a really good hit. I'm sure these guys are getting some really good kills. Again, looks like the sword unit pulled through, I saw. Or it looked like it had. Yeah, there it goes. It's going into spears down here. They need to be careful, these Hasford players. Pulling through does not work when the enemy has reserves. Also shouldn't do it anyway. It's not a classy move. I'm a big hater of the pull through. But also, it's quite easy to punish. Oh, this artillery needs to hold fire. It's getting very wayward with its shots. We have a lot of cavals moving up here. Heavy shot cav. If that tries to pull through, then I've lost it. Got dismounted caballeros down here now for Castile holding the line. First real bit of action for the Castilians. Apart from this, it's only really been their gunners in action. This heavy infantry is holding the line for now. Is starting to lose though. Could this cav this armat just flank around rear charge? I mean, this is becoming a problem now, guys. Artillery, that one was a decent hit. That hit pretty nicely, killing some cavalry, but definitely one or two of each volley are like hitting the dismounted caballeros. There is a problem. And yeah, they just need to seriously keep up the shooting on these blobs. It is like horrendous how much blobbing is going on down here from the Hasfids. Really from both Muslim players. Even Granada's been up to it a little bit. That was a pretty good hit, but again, I'm seeing like hits down here, burning caballeros, and again, more of the city is being set alight. It's becoming a serious problem, guys. Stop burning your city. It's not helping anyone. Cav is cycling charging? I really don't know what they're going to achieve from that. Sword unit here looks like it's been rallied. The unit that pulled through, really they need to sort that out and rear charge it, deal with it, because if they can hold the caballeros here for a little longer, then they'll do a whole lot better. They will. Hold the line, boys. Like, this is a really good spot. Oh yeah, look at that. You see, this is why you got to hold them here, but yeah, that's definitely routing their own troops. And I feel like there was a bit of pull through going on. The cav definitely pulled through. It's just poor, but there you go. Look at the artillery. Insane shots. Really is. Another really good hit there, actually. The city is on fire. The trebuchets doing a pretty good job themselves. Another good volley coming in. Oh my gosh. It's brutal. The city is still alive. Cavalry retreating. The armats are not happy to stand there. We're going to have cavalry as well charging into spears. Yet never do that. This is just how you lose your cavalry. They are light. Oh no, they're medium spears. I was going to say they are light spears, so they're losing. So they're medium. I feel like they should be holding back the cav. They should not be breaking like this. Or losing like this. Seems like they are killing the cav off. Maybe the initial charge is just what screwed over the pavis. A backup unit and they'll be okay. But yeah, it looks like they're going to lose the cav here. And that's definitely probably been wasted. Got Volgiers set up over here. They just need to be patient with those guys and use them. What are the numbers looking like? 3,800 against 3,100? So yeah, the defender's definitely opening up a little bit of a gap there. Got shock infantry as well that's been sent in. This Escudor has been sent in to deal with these Hasfid infantry. Kill every last one of them. I'm got a little... Why is there a unit way out here? He's looking the wrong way as well. Pion's Pavis. He's looking the wrong way. You could at least defend the bridge if you're going to do it properly. But I don't know why they're all the way out here isolated. We also have a general, yeah, under attack here. It looks like he's just been dealing with some loose Muslim cavalry back here, which is a Batana al-Mulanian. I believe they look kind of like Christian knights. They're like serving the... like the Muslim forces. Kind of a cool unit. What units do we have back here? Armat Albaderos. Okay. It's a tier 3 polearm unit. You can tell it's tier 3, but it's just got like head to toe in plate armor. What else we got here? Escudors, Hildagos. Yeah, they've all brought like their tier 1 swords. It's not the unit you need, guys. You need more shock infantry. If you just line the walls with shock infantry, you're not getting through them. The spears and the shock holding the line here. Again, they just need to use artillery, just hit these blobs. Maybe not this one, but certainly hit the blobs coming in that are just... Again, though, this is the risk. They are burning their own city. What's it at now? Still only at 1%, actually, so it's not that bad. General's Bodyguard, it looks like it dealt with a sword unit, maybe. So, yeah. That's pretty good. Looks like there are more swords over here. But do they want to run into the risk of running into these gunners? I don't know. Hopefully the Hasford players learn that pulling through doesn't work. It just gets your men killed quicker. And he'll stop doing it. But we'll see. So all his troops in here at the moment. If I see a massive push through, I'm going to assume it's him. I think it's as soon as the artillery starts firing, he doesn't like it and just starts pulling through. By the way, these sergeants are still fighting on the wall over here. These absolute legends. I thought, you know what, they'd be beaten by now, but no. They refuse to die. They're going to just try and kill every last one of these damn Granadan troops that are on this wall and just hold the line for their kingdom. For Aragon. Not the guy from Lord of the Rings, though. Oh my gosh, look at this. Burning more of your city, guys. Come on. Be careful. Yeah, looks like more crossbows there being beaten. A cavalry charge here from the Armad. Cycle charging into these swords. They need a spear unit or something up here to stop them. Yeah, another great charge going to be coming in here. 3, 2, 1. Bang! Straight through that unit into the second one, which charged into them. That's probably not going to do much good for that unit. They might lose this cav unit, though, this charge, though, because pulling out the loose men and also the crossbows brings some pretty hefty volleys in. Maybe not, actually. 38, that's still a dangerous cav unit. I mean, they've routed that unit once. Artillery, yeah, is still focusing down these gunners and these crossbows. They know what the danger is. And they're right, and here we go, another charge coming in. My gosh, this cavalry is going to get some really good kills. Really, really good kills. Slice and dice and bullets. I actually might rout them, this unit. Maybe not. It would definitely rout them if it wasn't so chevroned. That is for sure. That is for sure. Shock infantry now is in the front lines. The spears have been defeated. They might need to put more reserves up here if they want to carry on fighting here. Certainly, the Muslim players attacking in one spot has certainly made it easier for the Christian defenders. Like, it just means they can put all their crossbow ammo into, like, one position. They've blobbed up a lot, which has been pretty painful to watch. If they'd attacked over this wall over here, which, by the way, there is still forces here waiting, then they could have really stretched the defenders a little bit more, which they actually had a numbers advantage. The defenders. I don't know how, but they did. So yeah, I feel like that definitely would have helped if they just attacked in multiple spots. But they've been blobbing up, so it's making it so much easier. I bet those crossbows and those trebuchets got some incredible kills, killing blobbed up Muslim armies down here. I would agree that I think like the rosters as well for the two forces. I think the Spanish do have a better roster, but which is maybe why they have all these gold chevrons to the Muslim armies. But I think tactically as well, the Christians have done a really good job. They're using like angles like this. I mean, they can get good side shots with their crossbows into the side of a lot of things. If they wanted to down here support their shock infantry, doesn't look like they are really at the moment. And the Muslims were doing it when they were here, but then they just kind of gave up. I mean, they haven't also carried on shooting at crossbows, which, to be honest, these are also heavy crossbows. It's hard to kill them. But yeah, they haven't used their own crossbow ammo. Like, they could go down this this street here, and they could shoot into the side, make this street become unattainable to defend. Looks like we're about to see another charge here. Caballeros, the heavy shock cav for Castile come up. Looks like he might be thinking he'll have he'll have a go at what the Armats did for Aragon. This very scary heavy cav moving up. Might see it just go into action very shortly. There is a spear unit now coming, so it looks like maybe the defenders have learned, oh sorry, the attackers have learned from their mistakes. Oh, yeah, and there you go. The Caballeros are running off. They are not interested in that fight. Maybe they'll charge through here on these swords. But I don't think it's that they don't need to. The Volgiers are waiting patiently. But yeah, these crossbows should really come down the street once they block it off with spears. And then just start shooting into the crossbows. I mean, they could probably... sorry, into the polearms. They can probably do it from where they are now, to be honest. But certainly, if they carry on down that street, they get better side shots. And yeah, the Volgiers... they're just asking to be killed from there. They really are. Balance power is certainly shifted in favor as well of the Christian forces, who now have about 1,000-man advantage. And I imagine that's come down to a mix of pull-throughs and also just blowing up. And yeah, lots of tied units now coming in, trying to bulk up the forces that are ready to attack. A lot of gunners still alive as well. My gosh. Maybe I think that's a little too many gunners. I mean, I'm seeing at least 4 units of gunners. I think that's excessive. I would bring maybe 1 in a game. I think we are on large armies, so I guess you could say that's 2. So maybe actually if they're both, if they're there's 2 per army, that's not too bad, I guess. I don't know. I think even in large armies, I'd only bring 1 gunner. They are really good, but I think crossbows have kind of stolen their show a little bit. And there you go, Volgier starting to lose. I wonder if that's got anything to do with being shot in the side by crossbows. So I can't imagine these swords are that good that they're beating crossbows. But sorry, beating polearms. But I might be wrong. You see these brave men with their long polearms holding back a sea of Muslims. Poke, stab, kill anyone. Anyone that's not Spanish. Kill them all. Got gunners set up over here as well. Yeah, simply handgunners. They've not got any fancy old name. Does what it says on the tin. Who's got the Pavis winning over here? Don't often see them winning. They've got a lot in reserves of the Spanish forces right now. I mean, you can see they've still got artillery ammo. We've still got like lots of sort of like tier 1 infantry, which is not that great. So I don't know why I'm really saying that they've got these are great units to have in reserve, but I guess it's heavy infantry. If you want heavy infantry though, and you're playing later tiers, play the Spanish, not the Spanish, the Italian factions. They're really good for that. But look at that, because the Volgiers are broken. It is actually allowing the Muslim forces in, and they can get in behind this Pavis unit here. But we're going to see a cav charge first. I thought it might get slowed down by the Volgiers, but they just passed on through, and they ran over that sword unit. My gosh. That is an execution. Look at that, gone from like 70 to 30 instantly. Really nicely done there. That's the general of Barcelona. He's gone in there. Wow. Now we got I don't know if I might just call him the General Barcelona. I guess that he does. Barcelona is in Aragon, which is, you know, part of Catalonia. But that wasn't where I was going with it. I guess he could be the Duke of Barcelona. Or the Count, whatever the title is. The shock infantry going in. It's going to start slicing and dicing. And trying out these guys. And the gold Shermans are not paying off here. They finally, by the way, routed those guys on the walls. RIP to those sergeants. They fought for a long time. They will be remembered. We've got gunners here routing. I don't know if they've been sent into combat. Oh, and artillery is focusing down these pikes. The Mushat al-Aluj here, which is a pike unit, they are being killed off. And we also found... Did they pull through the spears? I feel like they have. They definitely have. Look at this. Look at the state of this. Pulling through the spears to get to these handgunners here. That is disgusting behavior there from the Granadan player. They do look very Christian. You can see like the helmets that are going on. Yeah, that's a very Christian style helmet. Yeah, they just wanted to get in amongst the crossbows and the gunners. That was their aim. And it looks like they're going to die because they pulled through. The spears just descend on them here. Try and do as much damage as they can. Shock infantry again is chopping through swords down here. These escadors, they're getting good kills. Slicing them, dicing them, boys. Slicing and dicing them. And we have now got pole arms moving up, and also pikes. Granada and Hasfids both pushing up their long stick, pointy boys, is what I'm going to call them, actually. And in they go. Kind of flanked around, I feel like. What is going on here with this unit? I feel like... Oh, please tell me he's not pulling through this unit as well, because that is... Poor if he is. Certainly he's going in one by one. It's doing a weird formation. You can see they're trying to sneak their way around the pole, around the shock infantry. Just fight face to face like a man, pole arms. I mean, they should beat these shock infantry anyway. It's a pole arm unit. They have the range over the shock.
The unit is running from the enemy.
But they are running out of reserves, as you couldn't tell already. It's 1,600 against 2,900 now. The city is pretty on fire, though. It's at 3%. That's -1 morale for the defenders. But right now, it seems like they're not affected by it. Could maybe do with another unit down here to replace the escadors. Maybe send in the Armat Alabaderos. Send them in. Unless they're going to retreat again to this higher tier. Which if they do, fair enough. But I think they could hold them here, really. It looks like we've got a spear unit being moved up. Here we go. Cav is coming in. This is a general, I believe, coming in. Going in for these spears. I think it's a light spear as well, or a medium spear. Yeah, they're not going to have to worry about these light spears. I feel like even like heavy cav charging in the light spears, it ends pretty badly for the cav. Oh, sorry, for the spears. But this is a tier 1 against tier 3 general. The tier 3 is going to come out on top of this one. There you go, with the Batana al Mulyalan, or however you say it. He's fighting away. And you can see actually this general's running for his life. They've got nothing really ready to set up. Don't know whether they were just, I don't know, being a little overconfident. I'm not really sure. They're broken through over here though. The shock infantry just wasn't enough. Now pikes going in. Shock infantry has returned. And that was not the greatest charge, I think, by the Cavaliers just charging as the pikes turned around. But they might be able to get a rear charge here. Or yeah, look at that. Losing a rear charge might do the job. Or just shoot them in the back a bit more. Might save that Cav some lives. Yeah, 40 of them left. That was a pretty rough charge, actually. And we've got a general over here for Aragon. He's very much dueling for his life right now. pikes, so he's still holding on down here. Oh, a general, I didn't even realize he's getting shot to pieces. Quaid al-Asakir. He's being shot to pieces. Look at this, and he might be about to die. There you go. That's a huge loss there for the Hasfids. I think he's just getting shot slowly away by these Pavi's crossbows here. Wow, okay. They do have some polearms left. And a lot of, well, not a lot of these units, actually. I think it's about 50-50. But the other general is over here. He's winning. But we could see the death of Aragons very soon, which could be a loss. And we have got a bit of fighting as well going on over here as the crossbows engage with some of the better spears that they can bring. Let's get a right angle so we can actually see what's going on. Get a nice bright angles. There you go, they routed those crossbows, and now this layer is also really very much cleared out of Spanish troops. And there you go, that is Aragon's general dead. There's a big loss there. I don't know whether he tried to pull out or whether he just died in combat. Castile thought otherwise about keeping his general in combat and is retreating him. But the general here needs to be careful that he doesn't run into these polearms. And he's going to do it anyway by the looks of it. What an idiot. Whether he's just throwing the game away, whether he's like, screw it, we've lost. Or whether he just was like, I'm giving the attack order and he just then forgot to cancel it. Because he might have been chasing down the Aragonese, the Castilian general. But yeah, I think he's lost his general doing that. And I think with that, he's lost the game as well. And there is about 2 minutes left, but I don't see how they can win this one now. No generals, 1,000 men difference. Well, over that, about 1,300. It looks like the Reconquista might be pretty safe. We might be seeing a defeat here for the Muslim forces. The Spanish might be about to hold on. The polearms here getting bloodied up though. They are losing though, the Armats here. Alabaderos. And look at this though. Look, this is what happens when you have no generals and gunners start to fire. Minus 13 morale makes a big difference. You've already lost that bonus from having no general. So yeah, this is how they get you, the gunners. Late game, they actually might chain out these guys, you know. They are not looking good. We're going to see shock infantry come down now as well. Dismounted caballeros, a tier 2 shock infantry. And in there you go. They're firing guns into the Spanish defenders as well, trying to, I guess, break them. Castile still has his general. It's Aragon they're going to try and break. And there you go. Yeah, look at that. The guns actually did break a lot of these troops here, and the artillery is also firing. That should also help break these guys. My gosh, yeah, these trebuchets must have got some insane kills, actually. Mushat trying to hold the line here. And I think we're going to see shock infantry. Yeah, they've broken through that spear line there that was fighting. And now we're going to see the gunners in combat. And that's not going to end well against shock infantry, that is for sure. Just sally out now with what you got left, Spain. Just rout them now. There's only 5 units left. It should be an easy enough job. But yeah, I mean, big mistakes. Obviously, we're throwing away generals, letting them get shot to pieces. Also pulling through. Big no-no by the Hasfids, mainly. Threw away a lot of his troops and blobbing. It's just a lot of things like that cost you games in 12-12 and just generally in Attila. The Spanish didn't do it too much, and they used their artillery and gunners and crossbows fairly well. Certainly their crossbows particularly well. And yeah, we're about to see a chain rout. The last 3 units here will rout in a moment. And then that'll be game. And then we have a Pyrrhic victory for the Spanish. I wouldn't have called it a Pyrrhic victory. I would have said more close, I think. A bit harsh, I think, on the Spanish saying it's a Pyrrhic. I don't know, actually. Well, they came out with very few troops left at Aragon. Just his tier 1 swords really left. But he has got some excellent kills with a lot of units here. This was sent in by Rio, who was playing as the Crown of Aragon. He's got 164 kills with his General's Bodyguard, 169 with the Escadors, 102 with the Spears, 106 with his sergeants there. His crossbows here getting 230, sorry. And some other crossbows there getting 265. His cav getting 210. And his trebuchet, which was focusing down those blobs really, really nicely, getting 277 kills. But yeah, he got generally some pretty good kills there. Yeah, I can't say much more than that, really. It's a shame the halberds didn't get more kills, maybe. Then we have RWX, that was playing as the Kingdom of Castile, getting 85 kills with his shock infantry at the end there. His pole arms getting 63. Yeah, a lot of his dismounted cavaleros here never saw any action. His crossbows getting 233 kills, 176 with the handgunners, and his trebuchet getting 358, and his cavalier is only 30. It's a bit rough to see. Then we have Lash playing as Granada, getting 170 kills with his cav general, which is good to see. 147 with the swords, 130 with his crossbows, 234 with another crossbow here is very, very good. 137 with the cav here, 167 with his trebuchet. And then we have Anthony playing as the Haspids, 97 kills with his pole arms, 99 with the Urban. But yeah, nothing much else getting great kills there, unfortunately, for him today. A lot of blobbing on his side, and also I think some pulling through, which does cost you a lot of troops in Attila. But there you go, guys. That is today's 1212 AD siege. The Reconquista has been saved. The Spanish kingdom will last a little longer for now. But do remember, leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here and want to see some more 1212 content. Do remember, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of it, as there'll be plenty more on the way. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one.